Oh, Kimbo, coming back. I had a feeling you maybe accidentally didn't do your message. I want to make sure I got it. But yeah, he says, I'm dumb. I messed it up. Boomer Dad just gave me a third of his will to his girlfriend. How do I change his mind without raiding his girlfriend's Minecraft base?
Show him 5 examples of men who have given away their earnings to people who didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Specifically the late in life girlfriend. I've seen that happen tons of times.
Yeah.
Like, that happens. I see Mercedes guys do that. I'll see, like, guys with, like, widowers and shit, or
Yeah.
widows come in and, like, want to buy a Mercedes for their new sugar thing. I've done that, like, 15 times. I've seen it happen 100 times. You know what I mean? That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like, but, hey, some people have nobody. So, hey, I got to ask you this. I have to assume some responsibility. Have you been enough presence in this guy's life? Maybe it's time for her, but it's also going to seem like you're going to be late in life girlfriend coming along a little too late in the game at the 11th hour, asking what you hand out. So it's a lose-lose. No, I don't know. But those stories never sit well with me. I see them happen in person. It's always tough. It's a tough pill to swallow to watch people.
Go on YouTube, look up top 10 lottery mistakes, and then go through the slideshow of these guys who made terrible decisions, and then point out that he's wearing the same jeans as the guy in the YouTube video.
Yeah.
You kind of look like this guy.
Dad, I didn't know you wanted to be like this guy. Whoa, Dad, this story sounds like another story I heard. It's like Billy Lucas from Davenport, Iowa.
Won $330 million. Lost it all in 2 years.
Yeah, Tritania Sweet was from...
He was killed by his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, she stabbed him with a buck knife from a flea market.
World Perth with the 25. Sup, Nick and Jet. I'm currently working at a smoke shop. Wondering, what's your favorite papers to roll with? Also, any thoughts on if it's worth to enter the auto body painting industry? Thinking of switching jobs soon.
Yeah, man. It's a lost art. Auto body is tough work on the body. I don't know what kind of shape you're in physically, but I've heard that auto body work is very physically grueling because you're not doing work that's normal. You're like on the side of a car and you're pressing and you're working at like odd angles, and it's very tough on the body. Just throwing that out there. I've never heard that said up until like later on in my career, and I never thought about that. Yeah. Just giving you a heads up. But it is very cool work. My dad's friend, Dutch Master, he's a paint body guy, Dutch Master. One of my dad's good friends. So we're always in and out of body shops, hanging out with a couple of body guys. Yeah, it's a great living. It's cool as shit. You can make a ton of money doing it. I know all your money's in insurance work, and as far as papers go, I usually roll with zigzags. I go with anything.
Yeah.
Rolling papers have a weird tax on them around, so they're like $19 a pack. So you have to go over the border and buy them. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Spike Johnson, a question for Nick. I went to orientation today for a baker's assistant in a small bread factory. I was pulled aside and asked if I wanted to be trained as a quality control inspector instead. It is better pay. Should I take it?
Yeah. You have more job stability there. And you can always pick up shifts on the side. Isn't baking like a big shift thing? You can like work shifts at bakeries. But 100%, man. Take the bread, stack it. Quality control inspector is that's a pretty high honor. That means someone thinks pretty highly of you. That means they think you like they're allowing you to be the asshole. Good for you. But good, be the asshole. Hell yeah.
Miss Denanke, a 26-year-old. I broke my back in a motorcycle wreck, and I want to get back into the trades. I'm currently a guitar teacher, but I want more money. I have HVAC experience. I don't know if I can take being hunched over all day and moving heavy things. Do you have any advice for me?
HVAC. Systems maintenance, commercial systems maintenance, maybe. Some of the larger facilities are going to have some larger units to work on. I know a lot of old folks' homes and private universities specifically have an on-staff HVAC employee that handle just that. Like I said, maybe that's something where your job isn't as crazy. You're kind of just paid to sit and chill, but you're still in the trade, and you have enough work to kind of go. I know a couple of people, I know a little side hustle that people have. Some of these old folks' home, they have their families. They have like little side gigs from their families. Like the HVAC guy will go work on their farmhouse, or they'll go work on their beach house and stuff. So maybe you pick up a little side work with all these old folks' home, or you can just straight up burgle their rooms. You know what I mean? You can say like, I understand, Mrs. Roselle. I understand what you're saying. It's a little cool in here. No. Where's your jewelry box? And she's like, I was on television. And you're like, no, I understand. And you were marvelous on television. Now show me your old jewelry, Mrs. Roselle. And she's like, here it is. And then it's, gotcha.
No,
Yeah.
you don't need to be awake anymore.
Yeah, got one. What's going to be real? Was it hot? Out cold. Ah! No,
It hurts.
just kidding.
Yeah,
Just
my
kidding.
teeth.
Just kidding.
You got Rick Slick with the 50. Nick, I am 26 and I work in investment banking.
Damn.
I'm losing my job in June. I can switch to a different group or leave. This is my second time getting laid off. I used to work for a Texas oil company. Should I start my own company? Getting tired of working for the machine.
Do you have enough money to start your own company? Be honest with yourself. Do you even know what the fuck that means? I would probably say you're 26, man. No one knows you got fired. You know, me and the 1,200 people in here and the 3 girls know, but no one knows you got fired, dude. You don't have to say that. I don't need to know that. And I mean that for your benefit. You're 26. I wouldn't start. I don't see a lot of people like in wealth management starting your, you know what I mean? Renting an office and managing people's funds. You'd have to go get your Series 7, 663, 9. You know, I don't know what the fucking series. That's a lot of licensing course. I would, if you wanted to, I would take the time off and go get your licensing or go get a new job where they'll pay for the licensing. Go work for a Fidelity or something like that. Suck it up for a few more years. I think that the good gettings are going to be around, and then slowly build your book of business from when you're 26 to 35, and then start your business in 35. That's what my accountant friends did. They kind of like always worked for someone, and they took side work. Like they would invest people's money for people and tell them what to do, but they didn't really want any money. They wanted a steak dinner here and there. Or they would do tax returns for $100, $200, but they do like 10, so it was never, you know, they make an extra couple of, you know, 3, 5, 7 grand a year on the side. Yeah. And now they could open their own business, and I'll be honest with you, they're so far in their career they don't even want to open a business. Yeah. Because they're like kind of like higher ups in like decent firms. After cutting their fucking teeth at small firms and getting laid off. I've had friends get laid. It happens, bro. So I mean that field just goes up and down so bad. You guys go up and down with the market, you know.
Jessica Blackburn. Took me a second. Jessica, thank you for the 25 so much. Hey, Nick, any advice on how to ask dealerships for a van donation? I work for an overdose prevention nonprofit. And I distribute Narcan on foot in the streets of Wichita. My state had the second highest increase of ODs in 2021. Again, how do I work in a request for a
how do you get
donation for a van?
For a van?
Yeah, she wants a van donated from a dealership or from a company.
No one will do that, bud. Vans won't do that. Dealerships don't give cars away to anybody. I'm not trying to step, obviously. But give me a second here. Let me think about that. Thank you for doing that for people. You know, I know the opioid crisis is crazy. That shit sucks. We have it going on here. I hate seeing my friends blown out from Vikes and perks and all that shit. And it's a crazy time. Maybe someone in the chat can help you out. I don't know. Let me think about that. I'll just give it a minute to simmer. I'll come back to it.
Maybe do a GoFundMe or something, and then I don't know, spread it around at the state office or this or that.
You know what to do. I got it. Outline a plan. Apply for a grant. Go to your state. Apply for a grant. But you have to have everything outlined to a T. How much you need. Asking for a van is like 60 grand, 30 grand. Even if you find cheap vans, you'd be more likely to have a cleaning company that has extra vans that sit in a parking lot, let you like use them or something like that. But that's kind of illegal because then you're on their insurance, et cetera, yada, yada. But you'd be more likely to have a company that has many vans, like a privately owned company that owns 30, like insulation companies, Stanley Steamer, cleaning companies going out of business. But I would apply for a state grant and ask for the money directly. There might be some hospital grants, maybe raise, I don't know, create some, I don't know how to do that. I think I admire your work and your heart and all that. I just think philanthropy is a fucking toilet. Yeah. I hate it. I fucking hate philanthropy, man. I got to be straight with you. And I know I don't know. And what you do is 1-to-1, so that's not, I don't consider what you do philanthropy. I think it's the goodness of your heart. I think, but the way it works is very political, and you're going to get overstepped by some fucking asshole who wants to like put a playground in to win a fucking mayoral race. And that's the truth of it, and that's why I hate it so much. So, I don't know. I'll think.
We got a chat from Gunner Will White. First ever donation. Thank you for the support, Gunner. You're keeping us safe. Question for Nick. I'm soon to be going into power line work. and then into real estate after building up my capital worth. The stress on my body. Oh, is building up the capital worth the stress on my body, or should I look somewhere else? Also, Arizona does it have a good or bad housing market?
I have a couple of friends that do highline work or high wire work.
Yeah.
These are normal dudes that started out kind of living the life like an electrician, and their life got really good, and that job is really cool.
Yeah.
I think that field, there's a lot of buyouts from small companies, from like large telecom and IT guys that are getting bought out.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good field, man. I know the work's hard, but my buddies who do it are pretty happy and paid. They're pretty wild guys. They live a cool life. They're taking snowmobiles up to power lines and shit. It's cool.
Yeah.
I would say it's a good field. I think it's worth it. I think you're going to make more than you think. And I think every blue collar job is going to have its fair amount of wear and tear on the old body or the psyche in one way, shape, or form.